It's fucking time. I'm about to get a motherfucking workout in. Before we do anything, it's pre-workout time. Here's a little pre-workout hack if you're not already familiar with the situation. Take your pre-workout of choice. I just got mine off Amazon. They all fucking work the same to me. I don't have a preference in terms of pre-workout. Literally just give me enough caffeine for 5 people and I'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm doing here? I'm shaking it before I take it. Remove the scooper. Shake the motherfucking pre-workout. Take your scooper. Get whatever you're using for your pre-workout. Boom. Like so. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, why did Jimbo just shake his pre-workout like that? And I'm going to tell you why. See the ingredient list? The ingredient list obviously has ingredients. But this is my theory. Don't quote me on this. But the heavier pre-workouts typically, think about it, the heavier pre-workouts are more inclined to fall to the bottom of the fucking pre-workout, right? So, what does that mean? It means if you're just raw dogging the scooper off the top of the John, you might not be getting a full dose of all the ingredients because the heavier ones are now settled to the bottom of the thing, right? So, take out the scooper, you shake it, make love to it, do whatever you gotta do to it, put it back into the thing, and now you get a full dose of whatever pre-workout you're taking. Since I've been doing this, it feels like the first time you've ever taken pre-workout. You know what I'm saying? The pre-workout hits harder, the fucking itchiness comes back, feels like you're on some type of, you know what I'm saying? There you go. Ugh. Today we're going to go over a full body workout. We're going to squat, we're going to overhead press, and we're going to bench press, and then we're going to do some abs, and that's it. 3 exercises, all done with the fucking barbell. Like the past couple weeks, the past couple months, I've been doing a lot of bodybuilder style of training, which is cool and all, but I also like to do a lot of running. So when I do the full body style of training, not only do I get to train less throughout the week because I'm doing things more frequently in those workouts, I don't have to fucking smoke myself because the volume and intensity is spread out throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Rather than one fucking really, really fucking hard leg day and then I have to run fucking 5 miles the next day. I'm not happy. I'm not happy doing it. I'm not enjoying myself. So today is week 1, day 1 of a full body split that I'm gonna be doing for the next couple weeks. I don't compete in lifting. I don't compete in fucking bodybuilding. I just fucking train to be a fucking weapon, basically. So, I'm gonna finish this pre-workout, and then we're gonna get into this fucking lift. Alright, so it's week 1, right? We're doing sets of 5. We're building up to top set of 5, an 8 out of 10 effort, right? As I'm building up, I'm doing sets of 5 all the way up into that top set. The reason for that, so that I can feel and get a good gauge for like what the weight's feeling like on the bar. Cause I'm just doing a set of 3 or a set of 1. I'm not really like, you know what I'm saying, getting the right perceived effort for that set. Plus, it also gives me a little bit more practice, right? Dealing with the barbell, squatting, deadlifting, bench press, overhead press. It's all skill. The more practice you get, the better you're gonna get at it. Practice your fucking craft, bro. Practice, dog. Bro, like, there's no reason for 225 to be that fucking heavy, I'm not gonna lie. But that shit was heavy. Probably didn't help I put down 8 miles yesterday either. Woo! Holy shit, bro. Shit. I don't even know if this is in focus right now. But quick story time, because we're about to do a top set. 275 for a set of 5. Kind of embarrassing, you know, low key. Whatever, it is what it is for the moment. We're just getting used to the feel of having heavier weight on our back, getting used to the movement again. And yeah, so. And who gives a fuck, bro? Everyone on the internet's fucking strong, so. Whatever. Every time I go to a top set, I always have a little bit of fucking fear. Anytime I go into a top set, I always got a little bit of fucking fear. A couple years ago, I tore my ACL for the 3rd time. Bro, like, let's rewind. So, anytime I go into a top set, I always have like a little bit of fear of my fucking knee just fucking blowing out. Like, bro, like just giving out and I'm just done for. I tore my ACL the 3rd time a couple years ago. I've never really had any issues, but I just got a little subconscious like fear, you know what I'm saying? So when I tore my ACL the 3rd time, I never got it repaired. I never had the surgery to fix it. So I'm just kind of like raw dogging life right now. And I've had no like issues up until this point since I tore it. I'm still able to do everything I want to do. It's just, you know, you got that little subconscious like voice in the back of your head just like, you fucking dumbass, don't do it, but you gotta fucking do it anyways. So yeah, like when I tore it the first time, they used my patella tendon as my ACL. Like literally 4 months after that surgery, I was a dumbass and decided to go for fucking start running again, and then I was turning and I fucking turned and the fucking grass gave out underneath me and I fucking blew my ACL out, right? I go get the second surgery. Second surgery, they used my hamstring tendon as the ACL. Like 3 years after that, I tore it again, running. So I was like, fuck it, 3rd time's a charm. I don't even want an ACL at this point. I'm not even gonna get the surgery. And I just been raw dogging life since. Fucking since then, I think my heaviest squat was 370. I've ran 2 marathons, had 2 kickboxing Muay Thai fights that I lost a split decision. Before you fucking motherfuckers talk shit, bitch, fuck. Haunts me to this day. And yeah, and we're just continuing to fucking grind it out, bro. Like just constantly just raw dogging shit, you know what I mean? Let's get this top set going, baby. Let's go. Bro, there's no reason for that to be that hard. Oh. Alright, so we just finished up the fucking squats, bro. My legs are fucking toast, fam. Like, Ridiculous. Barbell squats just hit way different than like the hack squat or like a leg press or some shit like that. Woo! Cooked. But that's all we're doing for the fucking. That's all we're doing for lower body right now. We're about to move on to some overhead press. But one thing, if there's anything that I can give you for a piece of advice that you can take away from like anytime you're doing movements with the barbell, is focus on like execution, like having good technique versus like trying to isolate like your glutes in the squat. You know what I'm saying? Like focus on fucking smashing that set, cause no matter what you do, the fucking muscles have to work. You know what I'm saying? Like your glutes are gonna have to help you stand up. They're gonna have to stretch when you go into the bottom of the squat. Same thing with the quads and the hamstrings. Like don't be so like focused on like trying to separate like muscle groups when it comes to compound lifts. You know what I'm saying? Those muscles are gonna work no matter what the fuck you do. So focus on executing perfect technique and let the fucking muscles do their job. And then when you get into like your leg extensions and like side raises or chest flies, whatever the fucking exercise you're doing maybe, let that be like the isolation for those muscle groups. You feel what I'm saying? Execution first, isolation second. If that's what your goal is, of course. Alright, we're going into our top set of 5 for the overhead press. We're gonna do 155. One of the biggest secrets about the overhead press is keeping the fucking bar as close to your face as possible when you're pressing. Main reason for that is because when you're pressing, you don't want to be pushing away from your shoulder. This makes you unbalanced. It's gonna pull you forward. It's harder to hold the fucking barbell out here. Push as close to your face as possible without fucking your face up. So when you're pressing, it should go over top of the shoulder. You want your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder in the same fucking line. And then as far as your feet go, you want them separated. Spread them bitches. This is gonna give you balance from side to side, so that you can press from a more like stable foundation. Okay. Last exercise of the day, pause bench press. Sets at 8, 2-second hold at the bottom. The whole point of the pause is to get comfortable at the most difficult part of the movement, which happens to be the fucking bottom. The more you expose yourself to those difficult positions, the easier it gets over time, the stronger you get, the bigger bench press you get. I should be taking my own words of advice, because my bench press fucking sucks. Warm up set, 135. Oh. I feel like I was rushing those pauses, I'm not gonna lie. Going through it. So I went up 10 pounds from the first set, but the intensity was still about the same. So I'm gonna take a bigger jump for this last set. I'm thinking I'm gonna go like 190 for a set of 8. Just gets risky because I don't got a fucking spotter out here. And I stay failing on bench, like stay failing. That's a fucking burner right there. The whole point of training your core is to train it just like any other fucking muscle group, right? Training your abs is like training a bicep. You don't just fucking hold a bicep curl in this position, right? That would be considered a plank. If you fucking think about what a plank is, you're holding a static posture. Shut up right now. Holding a plank is holding a static posture. You're just sitting in a spot, right? Side plank, regular plank, whatever it may be. What the fuck is a squat? What is a deadlift? What is an overhead press? What are you doing when you're doing a bent over row and fucking anything that requires you to be stable? You're essentially planking. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Bars on your back. What is that bar trying to do to you? It's trying to fucking fold you like some laundry. Your goal is to fucking plank that weight. Don't let it fold you. So, if you're somebody that trains with the barbell a lot, doing these big compound lifts, you don't need to be doing a whole lot of planks. You already get plenty of that while you're fucking training those movements. You should be focusing on is training your abs through a range of motion to help grow them, just like you would any other muscle group. It's also good for your spine. Your spine is essentially connected to your abs, right? Wherever you lean, your abs are going to contract you in those positions. It's also going to lengthen out on the other side. So if I extend my back this way, my abs are going to lengthen. When I flex my back this way, my abs contract. The way it fucking works. So in order to grow your abs as a muscle group, you have to train them through a big range of motion like you would any other fucking muscle group. Not to say that like the planks and the fucking static holds and all that other bullshit isn't a good idea to do. Just saying, if you're somebody that trains the fucking compound lifts frequently, you probably don't have to do them as often as somebody who never trains it. You know what I'm saying? 3 sets of 15. Superset. Do them both. Alright, so that's it for day 1. We squatted, we overhead pressed, we bench pressed, and we did some abs. And that's it. For the next couple weeks, it's kind of like our base building. We're getting used to the movements, so we're going to be doing motherfucking frequently. 3 days a week, we're going to be training the squat. Once a week, we're going to be training the deadlift. Twice a week, we're going to be training the overhead press. 3 times a week, we're going to be training the bench press. And then on the days that we're not like touching the barbell, we're going to be running and doing some like back accessories and arms. But the whole purpose of this is because, one, I'm a fucking lazy lifter. I don't like to be spending fucking 4 hours, 3 hours. I'm lazy when it comes to that aspect of things. I'd rather be doing other shit. So I try to find ways that I can be efficient inside the gym so I don't gotta spend a bunch of time there. Now there's some days where I'm feeling real good and I'm having a good time. I'll spend a bunch of time there. But for the most part, I try to get in and out as quickly as possible while trying to make the most amounts of progress. But when you're dealing with the barbell, one of the reasons why I like training with the barbell is because the amount of muscle mass it takes to complete that one exercise. So think of the squat, for example. You're using a fuck ton of muscle mass in order just to fucking squat, right? Same with the deadlift, same with the bench press, same with the overhead press. Now, are there better exercises to target those areas a little bit more? 1,000%. But that's not the point. The point is about efficiency. You're looking for a big return on your investment, which is what? Your time. And what's your return? The results that you're getting. Finding ways to progressively overload these movements, whether it's with better technique, heavier weights, less rest time in between sets. Maybe the weights that you've been fucking struggling with are now getting easier. Just finding a way to progressively overload these movements is gonna be your best fucking friend in the long run. That's pretty much all I got for the day. Stay tuned for more. Deuces.